All right, here we are again, Donald Potter, and we're doing Beyond Basic Phonics, English Morphology 101. This is lesson 56, Homonym Practice Sentences number 2. Let's dive right in. Number 1, they're sure their dog is not there in the park. This is something you need to learn because it will be very embarrassing. I read a lesson plan left by a teacher one time, that a teacher, mind you, that confused there, and I was like really shocked. I was kind of worried about her students, but nevertheless, here we have an apostrophe, so they, apostrophe R-E, is short for they are sure that their dog, that's their dog, is not over there, okay, in the park. So there you got a park right there. Okay, work on those. Make sure you got those right. Practice writing your own sentences. If you know somebody's really good at reading, really knows their English grammar like they should, write a story and use a bunch of these in it and ask them to take a look and see, did I get those right? And you get good at this, and you will save a lot of embarrassment and a lot of confusion. If I wrote their dog, that makes no sense at all. And if I wrote, number 2, they hung the juicy steak over a fire from a long stake in the ground. This is a steak that you eat, and this is a steak like a stake in the ground with a nice juicy steak on top of it getting cooked on the fire. Number 3, the Texas Capitol building is in the capital city of Austin. Now here, OL refers to the building and AL refers to the city. Remember that. Number 4, only one boy won the race to climb to the top of the hill. This is a very irregular word because it actually has a W sound at the front, but it's one of the very first words that we teach boys and girls in school, so they generally don't have trouble with this. But then one, here you got the W, and again, it's not won, it's won, like won the race. Number 5, I heard the door creak in the little shack near the running creek. And so here you see how the EA that says E and the EE that says E has two different meanings. And by the way, where I grew up, sometimes they would call that a creek. Have you been swimming in the creek? But it's more properly creek. Number 6, the doctor had medicine that helped heal the wound on my left heel. And that is true. I had to have surgery on my heel one time. So this is the heel of my foot, and the doctor healed me, and he was a very good doctor. 7, there is a beech tree near the beautiful beach on the lake. This is the BECH is tree and BEACH. Notice the difference in spelling there. Number 8, the soldiers wore new uniforms during the Second World War. And so here you have war, the battle, the fight, and here you have war that could be anything that you wear. Number 9, they sell good food to nourish the cells in your body. SELL is to sell something and get some money for it. And then cells is like the cell in your body. By the way, the C makes the S sound. I hope you remember that if the next letter is an E, I, or Y, the C is going to make the S sound. Now, this is a cell in your body. It can also be a jail cell. It can be a cell phone. And so that's the difference between those two. So they sound exactly the same. And the C, because it has the S sound, they sound the same. Sound the same, but they're spelled different. And the last one, the whole class worked together to dig a hole in to plant a tree. So WHOLE is like the whole class, the whole thing, and HOLE is the hole that you dig in the ground. By the way, I want to make a comment here. When I was a teacher back in the 90s, they took away, there was a thing called whole language that came through education, and for 30 years it's been very popular, unfortunately. And they actually came in my classroom and took away my spelling book and told me I didn't need to teach spelling anymore. And one reason why people have so much trouble with this is because they're not teaching spelling. And one of my best friends is a guy by the name of Gentry, and he's written a spelling program by a really good company. And I agree with him. If every student had a good spelling book in their backpack, it would solve a lot of the problems that we're having with literacy in America today. So I am a great proponent of spelling, and I think it should be taught as a separate subject from reading. And I have reasons for that, because I think we can focus more. And the spelling can include reading. But to take a reading program and try to make a spelling program out of it is not the best way to go. But matter of opinion, and we will see you with a few more homonyms coming up.